Hey, everybody. I wanted to share a little bit today about the work I'm continuing to reflect on with Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. This is what it looks like. I kind of sped through the book because it was so exciting to me, and now I'm going back and going through slowly. There are two primary tools in this work: morning pages and the artist's date. Morning pages are waking up and writing 3 pages freehand, right? Not typing, writing with your hand, um, or whatever way is best for you. Let me amend that. Freehand writing for 3 pages to get your thoughts out of your head and onto the page. And the book doesn't say this, but I know I've encountered people who can feel scared about writing things down. It can feel overwhelming to think someone might come upon your writing. So I've also encouraged people to just write in an air journal, which is, I think, something that came from Grace and Frankie on Netflix. But just to write, just to do the motion of writing with your hand, to get those thoughts out, even if they're not pen to paper anywhere. So that's morning pages. Every morning, 3 pages out of your head and into the world. Doesn't have to be reread. No one else needs to see it. Um, just out of you and onto the page. Better out than in, to quote Shrek. The second part is the artist date, which is Ms. Cameron says like 2 hours a week for you to be creative. And that can look like taking yourself to an old movie, playing the piano, painting, going to a thrift shop. Like, it can look like a lot of different things. And she frames it as spending time with your inner child, almost like a reparenting exercise where you give yourself time to do the thing that sparks your own inner interest. And she frames both of these activities as an exercise in vulnerability. Um, she talks a little bit about giving and receiving, like there's this receptivity and openness kind of balance. But I think the idea of framing these creative exercises as vulnerable acts is like where the magic is. And if you're doing this work, let me know. What do you think? How has this work landed for you in the past? But vulnerability is so worthwhile and also really risky. How many of us have been vulnerable in the wrong places at the wrong time and had consequences for that? But this is vulnerability with yourself, which maybe feels scary on a completely different level, but is safer to trust your own balance and your own wisdom and the dance of your own heart and spirit, and endeavoring to do this work is really worthwhile. Creativity is about more than just the art that you make and the outcomes you produce. It's about being willing to sit with yourself and understand what unique gift you have to offer the world, right? Another wonderful quote, whose source I'm forgetting, but this idea that the the gifts that we're given are given to us by the creator, by God, by the universe, however you understand your own sense of spirituality. And what we do with that gift is our gift in return, not only to the creative force that brought us into the world, but to our communities and the people around us, and even to ourselves. Our culture doesn't do well with talking about aging. Aging is seen as a pejorative, but one of the great gifts of getting older is getting to know ourselves better. So I hope 2026 continues to shape and unfold in a way for you that is creative and life giving. Thank you for listening. Take care, my friend, and remember, you got this.